everybody, and welcome to today's episode. Today we're diving deep into one of the most misunderstood parts of the brain, the amygdala, responsible for road rage, fight, flight, freeze response. We'll explore how trauma rewires our limbic system, often without us even realizing it. So let's start with something simple to set the stage. Imagine being a kid, your mom tells you not to touch a red burner on the stove because it's hot, but curiosity gets the better of you and boom, you feel instant pain. From that moment, your mind quickly learns to avoid the red burner. But here's the key, your brain doesn't label the whole kitchen as dangerous or trigger fear every time you smell food. It forms a clear, specific connection. The red burner equals pain. But severe trauma, it doesn't work like that. When we experience extreme trauma, the conscious mind, the part that usually filters and sorts out and rationalizes what's useful and what's not, gets bypassed. Suddenly, the limbic system, our emotional survival center, takes over. Instead of logical connections like avoid the hot burner, it stores everything. Everything associated with the event, the sounds, the smells, the time of year, some music that might be playing, even details that normally wouldn't stand out. This is why trauma triggers can feel random, even confusing. You might be triggered by something that doesn't make sense, like a certain smell or a color, because your brain recorded that trauma so deeply and without any conscious filtering. In this episode, we're going to unpack how this programming happened, why it's so important to understand it, and most importantly, how you can reprogram these triggers. So let me share a personal story to really show how this kind of programming goes. When I was just 4 years old, I had an experience that shaped how I reacted to the world for decades. I was a young child, I was only 4 years of age. Sitting in a classroom, the teacher was teasing me and just really being a mean person. The entire class joins in with her, laughing at me, teasing me. Not a lot of fun. Well, anyway, I didn't know what to do, so I did what any scared child might do. I ran right up to her ankle and bit it. Hard. She was furious. The next thing I knew, I was hauled into the principal's office. That day, my dad, he took me home and whipped me pretty harshly. 10 lashes with a leather belt. The pain wasn't just physical either. That moment burned a message into my brain, and I would have to say even unconsciously, and that is that I shouldn't stand up for myself. I shouldn't defend myself. So for years, I didn't understand how deeply that moment had programmed me. I stopped standing up for myself, and it made me an easy target for bullies, For me, the pain of putting up with the bullies was far less than what my dad would be dealing with me at home. They could sense my inability to fight back, and these bullies, they exploited it. And soon everybody's ganging up on me and taking advantage of me. It wasn't until decades later that I even began to unravel the effects of that day. The trauma of feeling powerless had shaped the way I interacted with the world. And it's not an easy world if you're not able to stand up for yourself. It affected my confidence, my relationships, how I saw myself, even my struggle to respect myself, basically. But here's the thing. Once you understand this, you can start to reprogram your mind. And I'll have to say, it's not easy, but it's possible. And it all starts with becoming aware and conscious of these triggers, and when you're being triggered, seeing the trigger coming, So how do we start reprogramming these deeply embedded triggers? The key is revisiting the past traumatic event one at a time. Starting out, you start with the less severe situations first, try to work through those, and you'll notice that there's patterns, repeating patterns all the way back, throughout your life. And this can help you create greater awareness and even make the connections. So bring your conscious mind into these events and see them through the lens of an adult. Journaling, meditation, mindfulness training, these can all help raise your awareness and open your mind and just stop your thinking, and this stuff will start to come to you. These tools allow you to observe your patterns from a distance. It's like stepping outside yourself and looking at your reactions from a place of clarity. For me, the hardest part was setting boundaries. For so long, I wanted everyone to like me and to avoid the pain of my dad, but this kind of left me open to further exploitation, basically becoming a doormat for other people. And needless to say, I would get walked on. So setting boundaries for me took some courage. I had to overcome that fear of my dad and his belt, but it was essential for my healing, because I felt by doing this I might, I don't know, piss off the wrong people once again. But here I am, I'm acting like a 4-year-old even though I was an adult. And the other truth is, this is a lot of hard work. It's painful, but I can't stress enough how worth it is. I've had to confront so many unconscious triggers that sabotage my success, my happiness, my relationships, decades of trauma. And obviously with this, it just led to more trauma. Reprogramming them has been life-changing. This journey takes time. Be patient with yourself. You're not just healing your past, you're rewriting your future. And to me, that's the exciting part. And be happy you're learning this stuff now. It took me decades. You're breaking free from the unconscious patterns that have held you back, stepping into the life you've always deserved. I think this is enough for this lesson today. It's a lot of material, and there's some work to do. I would ask you to start journaling every day. And think about ways you can learn to love and respect yourself and engage in activities that would lead to that. We have so much more to cover in the future episodes. So please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends, individuals who you feel might benefit from information like this. And also hit the bell icon so you're notified when we post the next episode. So create a great week ahead, and we'll see you next time. Be sure to post any questions or thoughts you may have in the comment section below, and I'm happy to answer what I can and give my thoughts that may be of assistance. I love you all, and please take care. Thanks again. This is James George, signing off.